Alright, everyone. We are back with the tasting chamber. I made a little pause in between the game and switched off from help me. Off from I'm gonna stop wearing these headphones. Wasted cables. Oh, anyway. I switched off from help me Void Twin. I played the tasting chamber and Void Twin, and I'm back in the tasting chamber. Let's see if we can finish this game. It is going really fucking slow. If you move forward now, you will be proud of yourself tomorrow. If you don't, you'll feel just like you do today, except worse, because you'll be one more day behind. Make yourself proud. You know, believe it or not, butterfly wings are mighty versatile, Wanderer. You can do many things with them. Boil them, mash them, cook them in a stew. Ugh. Quite funny. Twinkling light radiates from a crystallized object. Yeah, let's just take it. She loves me not. Maybe not. Oh shit. What is this? Small rituals, the altar is on the dirty floor. Coins at the mechanism. Picture from him. Half a coin. Take the coin. Helen and old, yet neatly folded blankets rest on the table. They're warm to the touch, an otherwise cold room. An old journal, let's answer some more questions. Let's go! Begin to read questions from the journal. The ink your answers upon the pages, using a vial of crimson liquid that sits next to the book. Are you afraid of being forgotten? Maybe? I don't think so, Phil. I mean, I am already forgotten and I can live with it, so I guess I'm not afraid of it. I am already forgotten. You ever heard voices in your head? Yes. Do you have a habit of starting projects and unfinishing them? Yes. Would you say that you get sick easily? No, absolutely not. Do you ever feel like things are poorly for you even when they've been going well, right until the end? Yeah. Do you ever feel like life has been disappointing? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be a disappointment? Yes. Do you ever feel tired, drained, like you wish you could just sleep forever? Yes. Do you sometimes have difficulty going to sleep or even staying asleep? Do you sometimes? Yes. Do you ever wish you could be more productive? Yes. Do you ever suffer from intrusive thoughts that just can't seem to flush out of your mind? I mean, I've seen a lot of intrusive thoughts recently. That's the only reason why I know what even an intrusive thought is. Oh, I would say no, actually. Would you say that you've experienced many strange friendships or relationships in your lifetime? Yes. We have well felt like you're drawn toward people in life who just aren't good for you. Have you ever felt like you're drawn toward people? No. Have you ever felt like you were living an unhealthy lifestyle? Yes. Have you ever just wish that things would be different? Yeah. Finish thinking your iron lands into the journal. Let's go. Alright. Pay Jesus, that was me at the end. Lots of gifts littered the table for you. Each box was tiny wrapped. It caked with dirt and blood. Unopened presents and gift wrap boxes littered the table. Each of them feel nearly weightless if all of the boxes are empty. Beside the water basin what appears to be a drowned fetus. Best stagnant and moving. That's fucked up. The umbilical cord is still attached and hanging over the side of the base. That's even more fucked up. Bucket of beaded flesh and blood overflows from the moldy water bucket. Inside the bucket appears to be afterbirth and the craft inside of what once must have been a womb. Yep, that is pretty fucked up. On a whole nother level. Bleeding eyes, outsucked thighs, innocent cries, dolly dies, morbid sin, look within, next of kin, begin again. What would you like to do? Pick up a red door. There's a blood-soaked point underneath its dress. Nice. Alright. Yes, let's open the door. Blood money. Gonna be just another room, isn't it? The metallic smell of iron stings from the nostrils. You hear the clanking of coins in the distance, and you catch a glimmer of something in the shadows of the corner of your eye. Okay. First for you, thank you. And pick that thing a coin. Life isn't about who you used to be. We were all someone else once. We want it badly enough. It can be someone different tomorrow too. Say, Wanderer, did you know that the center of a butterfly's nervous system is dead? And it's located in the butterfly's thorax and its head? The supraesophageal ganglion. I want to say it in the German Latin way. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but if you say it with enough confidence, people think you're really smart. Remember that lesson, Wanderer. Thinking light radiates from a crystallized object in the floor as a glimmer strict object. She loves me not. An old wooden chest rests before you, locked and chained shut. A handprint appears to be carved on each side of the chest along with the side of the floor. Two words are as follows: future and present. Rest your hand on present. You have acquired magic mirror. You like to see, Wanderer? Or perhaps you have made of the might see. Can you gaze a bit deeper? Massive golden chalice filled to the brim with golden coins resting on the floor. In further inspection there appears to be an indentation at the base of the chalice, so it has been moved from its original location. What would you like to do to take the chalice? It's light, considering how full it is. Feed the great fucker. Here rests greed. Greed is hungry now, an insatiable appetite for more. In the absence of satisfaction that one has, they will crave and will continue to eat, until they've dug their own graves with their teeth. Alright, time to answer some questions. Begin to create Western control, okay. Do you ever have dreams that you could swear are real? Yes. In the past, when you felt positive or happy, have you ever experienced an immediate sense of negativity that just sucks all your happiness away instantly? Yes! Yes. You were camping around the woods at night and you heard a woman scream. Did you investigate? Yes. You were alone in your home at night and you suddenly heard the sound of children laughing. But there was no one to be found. Will you continue to stay in your home for the night? Yes, better in the home than somewhere else. You were camping in the woods alone and something kept on zipping your tent, yet you couldn't seem to figure out what it was. Will you continue to stay in the woods? Nope, I'm the fuck out of there. Saw your neighbor putting a dead body in trunk of the car. Would you attempt to stop them? I don't know. I would do the same thing. Oh my. Hopefully it would do the same thing. You were driving home at night and saw a naked woman on the side of the road covered in blood. You stopped to help her. You were fast asleep in your bed, only to be wakened by an unseen force grabbing you and shaking you violently. Would you attempt to go back to sleep once it was over? Probably not. You were in an empty grocery store and a strange man appeared and suddenly started sprinting at you. Would you turn and run? No, I would fight! You were home alone and sitting in the bathtub, and suddenly the lights turned off in the bathroom, and the door began to unlock, slowly swing open to reveal no one standing there. Would you get dressed and leave your house immediately? No. Yes. Cannibalism, yes. You were stranded on a boat in the middle of the ocean. Do you think you could survive long enough to be rescued? In the middle of the ocean? What materials do I have? No. I don't think so. I don't think they would find me in time. Like, the ocean is big, the ocean is gonna move me. And I don't know what materials I have. I would need some great materials, at least something that would bring the salt out of the water, otherwise I am definitely gonna die. Ever thought about what it would be like to burn to death? Yes, also about drowning. You consider yourself to be a morbid person, yes. One final from my expression remains on the page, emboldened and outlined in red. Are you satisfied? No. That's really what it all comes down to, isn't it, Wanderer? Are you satisfied? Satisfaction, the death of desire, you know? Finishing and finalizing the charm. Graham's ink begins to swirl and form symbols in the pages with variety answers. The final page of the journal appears to be considerably torn. Also seems to be made of a different pattern than the rest of the used. Yay! Mark has been left. Oh my. The demonic stone figure resides in front of you. Appears to have a space for something to place the statue. Would you like to place something on the statue? Place a large golden chalice at the base of the statue. Golden coins from the chalice quickly melt and turn to blood, overflowing and spilling onto the floor. The blood forms a symbol on the ground before you. The chalice runneth over with blood money. A single coin is left in the chalice, unmelted and undamaged. It's unlike the others that is set amongst the floats to the surface, carried by the steady flow of blood. And the white wisdom token, position has been noted. What the fuck is this? Here's all the stands before. Upon the altar rests a tattered diary. The first page seems to be ripped out. The parchment material used in this diary seems familiar. Begin to piece together each torn journal page that is collected in previous rooms to form a full page in the diary. Yay, we're getting rid of stuff now. You're getting there. Tattered diary. Final entry. An empty sky leaves our praise in vain. A solemn swear with darkened window panes. We confess our sins of flesh and blood, for we buried deep and swept away by flood. Our ashes carried in the midnight wind, a bitter vow we wish we could resign, a fallacy of hope to raise our spirit high. or we dropped below and left there to die. An appraisal worth, judged by our peers, sign of affection is to wipe our tears. They bottle our blood and drink our sweat, to build a future we don't deserve to get. And if the fires come to claim us all, if you brave souls that refuse to fall, will echo through the walls of eternity, to a future that is lowly and wise to see. We chase the demons of the past, to build a kingdom that will never last. Upon sweat and tears, blood and bone, we build a new place to call our home. Signed, the man. The diary of the madman sits complete on the altar. Our pages beyond the verse have been stained with black wine and dirt, too damaged to be legible. Boop, 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 boop. What time is it? Free. Alright. Stone statue of the veiled woman stands tall before you. Bloody coin rests between your fingers, but like little. Courage. Not being fearless. But there is no courage with the absence of fear. Courage is being afraid, yet acting anyway. Are you a courageous soul? Probably not, because I don't have, because I have no fear. I guess we're going left. Oh, I can't. Always go to the door when it's on the edge on one of the sides of the map. The interrogation. Oh, You think you hear what sounds like someone flipping through pages in a heavy tone. You can't quite figure out where it's coming from. You haven't seen anything else you've been doing. Well, this is the place where I always get interrogated but questioned. Oops, there was hello. Wait, butterfly. Yay. Just as important to be grateful for all the things we have as it is to be grateful for all the things we don't have. Getting closer, Wandra. Can you feel it? I feel you. From Grave Market Head of Hope. Read the Grave Market. Here rests pride. Pride will always come before the fall. It will always create long distance between two close people. Pride seeks to break us from the inside, but I assure you, no one has ever choked from swallowing from pride. Rest in peace, pride. One half of Moose rests on this table. Rope has been severed from the rope. One half of Moose rests on the table. Rope has been severed from the rope. Take the object. She loves me. Now come, wanderer. Come hither at once. It is finally time to meet the demon we've been chasing all this way. Guess that is the end of the game soon. But first, an old one just is before they locked and chained shut. And when the beast be carved into each side of the chest, now a set of words. Two words are as follows. Knowledge. Oh. What? Like to do. As the random power. What an Iron Fist. Interesting that you make a choice like that, Wanderer. Especially considering how they're essentially the same thing. Our stone place sits pressed against the wall. The chisling has been lost to the test of time. You can't quite make out what it was meant to be. A notebook to fill in my questions this time? No? Very. Bloodsoaked journals at the top of the wooden table. It's a long list of questions Frank's Penny's dispensers to be written. What would you like to do? Fill in the blank answers? You feel the darkness inside you? Yes. It's my life energy as well. Have you ever felt like you were destined for more than mere life has taken you? Absolutely. Have you ever been so afraid of the future that you just stopped trying to progress? Perhaps, I don't know. Not really. Have you ever considered that you might have a fear of failure? Yes. Have you ever considered that you might have a fear of success? No. Do you value honesty above all else? Pretty much. If a set of morals that others might consider questionable. Oh yeah. Do you follow your moral code? Yes. Do you believe that standing for what you believe sometimes means standing alone? Yes. Are you afraid of where life might take you in the next several years? No. Are you suffering inside right now? Always. Do you ever wish that your words would fall onto ears with means of death? Yes. Do you ever feel like no one listens to you? Yes. Do you ever feel like you can understand others but well, but others cannot understand you? Absolutely, we are knitting the hill here. Are you afraid of the unknown? Kind of, yes. Are you afraid of running out of time as your life comes to an end before you've eventually accomplished all the things you wish to accomplish? Yes. I'm just going fast and fast. Are you afraid of surviving while your loved ones perish? No. Do you have a fear of abandonment? Kind of, yes. Do you carry along? Found a lot of heartache from your past? Yes. Do you harbor resentment for others? What have you done wrong? Google? Sorry. Call. Hour? Oh, absolutely. Hell yes. Hell to the motherfucking you. Hell to the motherfucking Luya. Yes. Would you say that you have some regrets in life? Potentially. If you could do it all over again, would you do anything differently? A lot of things. Those things would have not led me to where I am now, so no. Are you proud of who you've become? No. Do you feel like your choices and circumstances in life have made you who you are? Yes. Do you wish you would have been treated more fairly by others in the past? Yes. Do you strive to treat others better than you might have been treated? Yes. Do you ever wish you could help more people? Yes. Do you sometimes wish you could more easily help yourself? Yes. Do you look forward to where life might take you? No. Do you ever feel like you aren't living up to your full potential? Yes. If you knew that following your dreams would end in certain success, would you do whatever it takes to pursue and achieve them? Yes. If you could travel into the past or the future, but never return to the present, which you would? Yes. If you made peace with your past? Nope. Have you made peace with your current circumstances? Nope. Are you afraid what conflict may arise in the future? Yes. You could work twice as much as you do now and reap twice the amount of benefits from doing so. You should do it. Yes. Do you ever wish that you would be forgiven for the wrong you've done? Yes. Ever? Definitely. You sometimes blame yourself even when things may not be your fault. No. I blame others. Do you feel that others place the blame on you more often than you should? Yes. Would you enjoy an entire month solitude with no communication with the outside world? Yes. Do you wish your life turned out differently this far? Yes. Are you proud of... We all had already had these kind of questions? No! I'm not proud of myself or anything. Have you accomplished more than what you already have this far? No! Yes, we had this question. You ever get the sense that you have a hidden talent or undiscovered potential to say? Yeah, I hope so. Something special in me, but it just can't place your finger on. I'm fucking a psychopath. No, but also yes. You have a difficult time trusting others, yes. Do you ever get the sense that your mind was different from others? Yes. Have you ever wanted to make other people happy? The world has made you? Yes. I told you that everything is going to be okay. Would you believe? No. On the final page ended with the journal. There was a small token between the pages. Required. Wisdom token. There seems to be one final question. Me. Oh, right. If there was a set of switches in the wall, each of them with a color, the number designated to them, oh, indicator as to what switch is lit. Which switch? Choose to. Black 4. Decision has been known. Mark has been left. Not gonna hang myself, so I'm gonna go through this door. Pond rotting house. Smell of mold fills the chamber you now reside in, like any that you've experienced before. There's an unmistakably overabundant dampness and an exorbitant amount of humidity hangs heavy in this room. To add to the already overwhelming amount of discomfort that this chamber brings, the sound of water constantly dripping from the ceiling and walls is enough to drive someone mad given enough time. How is it still not over? I'm talking with the king now soon. More butterfly flutters near you. Let's get to it. You don't drown by falling into deep waters. You drown by staying there and refusing to swim. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, wanderer. An old painting of dark figures standing in front of a castle sits on the wall. The figures in the painting are faceless. You can feel them watching you as you gaze upon them. An as-much map of lands you've never seen or heard of before rests on the wall. Nothing about the lands or travel routes seem familiar to whatsoever. Broken glass with chunks of flesh and heaps of blood are still on the old splintered oak table. Cupboards cling to the stools resting around the table. The legs of the chair seem to be chewed apart by some small critter adding to their degradation. An old iron stove sits in the corner. It's fairly filthy, but well kept in terms of remaining intact and unbroken. Above the old stove contains a wall full of iron pots, pans, and various cooking utensils. Interestingly enough, the cooking utensils appear to be unused and in good condition, if not a bit dusty. The zinc that sits against the wall is rusted and filthy. Sour stench rises from the drain and mixes with the smell of hanging garlic and herbs on the wall above. Old crusty stale and hardened bread sits on the countertop. Small jars of vicious liquid was next to the bread. That a piece of parchment hangs on the wall, containing script recipes for various meals. Below the parchment rests a butcher's block, coated in blood. The time? Tell me more. 5. Various copper cake crates of moldy ingredients rest on the kitchen floor. This crate seems to contain an odd mix of carrots and peppers. This crate contains sour preserved fish heads that have not been kept properly. This crate seems to contain cabbage. Spiders have made their home between the leaves. This crate seems to contain mixed grains. Well, I guess it's time to talk with you, King. Unworldly King sits alone at a decrepit wooden table, lost deep in thought. He pays no attention to you as you approach, yet he mumbles quietly to himself, just loud enough for you to make out a few words. The King's eyes shift wildly towards the crystalline paddle collection that you've acquired on your journey. The King fixates on the paddles for a moment, and averts his gaze from yours. The room grows dark, still. Oh. King nothing. Hey, Metallica, let's go. I've been expecting you, Wanderer. At long last, you've arrived. I presume you know very little of the petals you hold. Allow me to share with you the tale of how they came to be. There's a story of a lonely man who lives in a very lonely, dreary, grey world where everything is dull, drab, and melancholy. The air bitter, the sky black. Dark sky looms and is filled with even darker clouds. Desolate land in which the man treads is nothing but flat and endless. There lies no clear direction to travel, no destination in the bleak landscape. The atmosphere encompassing this realm has a distinct void, purpose, and all who wander here are most certainly lost. The man walks through these fields each and every day, alone, until one special day, in the middle of these dreary fields, he discovers something full of color and life. Something vibrant, something which radiates a rare special glow, like anything he's ever seen before. He carefully approaches and looks down upon what seems to be causing this phenomena. Before him sits a flower, but not just any flower, mind you. No, this flower is special. This beautiful, intoxicating flower is unlike anything he's ever seen before. It radiates a positive energy, powerful aura, and upon seeing this flower, the man feels instantaneously euphoric. He lays down next to the flower and admires its beauty, basking in the constant flow of energy that it gives him. He wonders, how can something with beauty such as this exist in a world engulfed in seemingly endless darkness and gloom? And with that, he spends as much time as he can with the flower, until the sun inevitably sets, and darkness begins to fall. Time to go home. Time to leave. It's time to say goodbye. The man crawls to his feet, dusts himself off with a few brushes of his attire, and feels noticeably happier than he did before coming upon the flower. He then walks home and enters his small wood-built house, gets into his bed made of rough woolen covers, and tries as best as he can to get some sleep. He closes his eyes. The last thought of his mind before slipping into unconsciousness is the flower. The flower is what he dreams of on that night. When he awakes from his incredible dream, spending more time with the flower, he decides to get dressed and immediately return to the field in which he saw the thing that radiated such vibrance and beauty, hoping it would still be there, waiting for him. After traveling, he arrives in the field, and there, the flower still remains. So the man happily lays down next to the flower once more, just as he had done the day before, and begins to enjoy the energy that the flower pours into him, admiring the petals endlessly. And then, darkness falls once more. Man begins to leave, but this time less satisfied than before. He arrives at home, gets into bed, and tries to sleep. But this too offers a different experience than the previous night. As he closes his eyes, the man is restless. He's uncomfortable, he's perturbed, and he has a difficult time falling asleep because the flower that makes him so happy isn't with him anymore. The flower is somewhere else, in some field, growing in such a dark world all on its own, and he too is all on his own. The man begins to bellow and weep until eventually cries himself to sleep. He awakes in the morning, immediately gets dressed in whatever clothing he can find, and bolts out the door to the field, not slowing his pace even for a moment until he arrives. He leaps to the dirt floor and plays with the flower all day long, enjoying the energy that it radiates, just as he did the days prior. And just as the days prior ended, the darkness falls once again. The man gets up and begins to walk home, saddened and burdened with a heavy heart, but something calls him back. A feeling in the pit of his stomach, a hole in his heart. He turns and walks back to the flower, and he plucks it from the soil in which it has grown its entire life. He puts it into his pocket and hurries home excitedly. He lays in bed, a smile on his face, and sets the flower on his pillow. He begins to admire the beauty of the petals all night, and they continue to bring him so much joy, so much bliss that he had never had the pleasure of feeling before. The man is beyond content. The first time in his life, his dark, ugly world, the man is happy. He now gets to spend all of his time with the flower, and he gets to enjoy it constantly, whenever and however he'd like, never having to say goodbye. As the day goes on, they quickly turn to nights, and the nights quickly turn back into days. After a week has passed and his heart is full to the brim, the man notices something about the flower that he hadn't realized before. The glow it once had has begun to fade. The color that was once so vibrant began to grow pale. The leaves that were once so lively and green began to wilt, and the stem, which held it so high above the ground, became soft and started to rot. The flower was dying, and the man knew what was coming next. He watered it profusely, nurtured it gingerly. The man did everything he could to save the flower from an impending doom. But in the end, as the days turned to weeks and the air grew colder and increasingly bitter, the flower lost its petal, the stem lost its color. The flower lost its energy. Then, as if all of the happiness in the world had been sucked out and blown like ashes to the wind, the flower died. The man lamented, he wailed, he cried tears heavy to match the burden and pain within his heart. For the only thing that has ever made him happy in life, had ever filled that void within himself, was now gone. The man knew deep in his soul that it was never coming back. He killed the thing that he loved and treasured so dear because he wanted, craved it so badly. He wanted it for himself. His selfishness, his greed, his possession killed the flower, and he would never know happiness again. Well, that's the story of my love life, isn't it? I killed her. I killed her vibrance, her beauty, her radiant energy. I plucked her from what she needed to grow and be herself. Like a candle burning in a windswept corridor, I carelessly snuffed out the flame that once shone so bright and lit the way to a better, brighter, happier future for all. Instead of enjoying my flower for what she was, instead of being appreciative of the time I had with her, couldn't have just been content with the circumstances? I plucked her from the very life source that she needed in order to flourish and grow, sought to possess her, and in turn, I lost her forever. My flower was no longer what she once was when I came to her, but instead left as an empty, soulless husk of her former self. And now, so too am I. Only I sought to appreciate rather than possess, but still bless this world with a radiant beauty. A beautiful, unique, rare little flower. The only thing that ever brought me joy. And now I sit alone. All alone, atop my throne of nothing. Crown atop my head of emptiness, only to match my heart. Isn't it funny? If I had not been so selfish, I would have had it all. But because all is what I wanted, nothing what I've got. I deserve my emptiness. I implore you to heed my warning, but if you make the same mistakes that have brought me this life of misery, then I will surely deserve the same fate that have begotten this old, bitter, lonely king. Now leave your petals upon the table, walk away from them once and for all. Leave them with me, before they consume my soul too. Leave the petals on the table. Scrounge together all the crystalline petals and place them gently on the wooden table before the king. Begin to shake, tremble, form into shapes before your very eyes. You're wise beyond your years. You're smarter and better than ever could have hoped to be. Our fates will not be shared on this day. Lay a token at the feet of the statue. When you're feeling pain, take the time to ponder what's hurting, why it's hurting, what you've done to deserve it, and how you got in the position you're in. Life is trying to teach you a very valuable lesson. You'll be forced to relearn this lesson over and over again if you don't take the time to learn properly the first time. Decision has been noted, the mark has been left. At the one block. I choose the alcohol. The halls of reflection. That has to be the end. I hear fire crackling in the distance and feel the warmth and flames white. The room smells clean and pure as though it's been well maintained and actively lived in. Hey, stay here. Take a moment away from the pain to smile now, my friend. If you only knew what life had in store for you, you'd be dancing in the rain as we speak. It's time to reap what you've sown, wanderer. Maybe it be a bountiful harvest. The butterflies that you've collected in your journey swarm together and form a message in the air. A whisper of wisdom. It's important to recognize who you decide to make your priority in life. It's equally important to recognize who has decided to make you one of their options. With dire consequence that you learn to not cross seas with someone I wouldn't even jump a puddle for you. The faster you recognize this, the happier you'll be. What was more important to you? Was it the journey? Or was it destination, wanderer? Alright. A piece of parchment hangs on the wall. Contains a list you've never heard of. Strangely, all the names appear to be written upside down. The fireplace rages on, yet the cobwebs around it cling tight and refuse to burn. There's no way that the fireplace could stay lit for a long period of time with the current state it's in. Someone has been here recently. An old painting of a man with a distorted face rests on the stone wall. His eyeball appears to be plucked out of his head. Rests on the table in front of him. The painting is tilted. The Watcher. Royal tapestry hangs on the wall. It's obviously in better days. Stone chair is positioned tightly against the wall. In the seat sits a peculiar figure. It remains idle, yet you get the sense that it's watching every move you decide to make. Something rests in the hand of the figure. What do you want to do? Inspect the figure's hands. Inspect the hands of the figure and discover that it's holding a small coin. Quiet wisdom token. Royal tapestry hangs on the wall. It's obviously in better days. Come on, 666. 706. The hands emit a faint purple glow. The statue of an unholy figure stands tall before you, radiates dark energy and emits great heat from its molten belly. It's all your coins in the belly of the statue. Belly of the beast. Your dark voice echo off the walls of your mind. You've come this far. Take a good hard look in the mirror. You deserve to know the truth. You've earned your reflection. You have paid tribute. And you look at exactly what you deserve. The decision has been noted. Mark has been left. While the tapestry hangs on the wall, it's obviously in better days. Fresh fruit sits in a bowl on the table beneath some tattered tapestry. The fruit seems like it was just picked and washed this morning. There's no sight of bugs or past slow in the bowl, no signs of rot or decay. An old plaque rests on the wall with whoever's names chiseled into it. There are only 4 names in the plaque that you can see. 3 of them names you never heard one before, and the final name is yours. So this is the ending of the game. Yeah, there he is. My good old friend. How are you doing? Tell me about myself. Tell me about the darkness in my soul. That version of me, of the psychopath, of the murderer, of the future, of the good and the bad stuff. Tell me more. This is it, Wanderer. This is what you've been waiting for. Every decision you've made has led you to this moment. Now, gaze upon the mirror and tell me what you see. Pressed against the wall sits a mystical mirror swirling with radiant magics. You can see many different images contorting themselves within the twisted nether. Would you like to look deep in the mirror and see your reflection? Sure. You've come this far, why not? Mirror, mirror, show to thee what secrets have been hidden from me. Show me weakness, show me strength. Describe in detail, tell in length. Show me what I've been afraid to see. Show me who I'm afraid to be. Show me everything reflected true. Show me why I've come to you. You gaze deeply into the mirror at your own reflection. What it reflects back at you are the answers you seek. Deep within the mirror, your reflection is formed. It is revealed to you. A reflection of the fortress. The story of the fortress is surely an interesting one. It's said that the reflection of the fortress represents the soul of someone who has been hurt or traumatized in the past and has put the defenses up. That is very accurate. I'm not even gonna lie, that is very accurate. There's a fortress of solitude, a safe place with heavily fortified walls to protect a part of herself we got all too well. It is carried by a turtle to symbolize how slowly we move through life and how long it takes for us to trust them enough to let them into our fortress. Damn, that's spot on. That is pretty good. Yours is carried upon the back of the turtle to symbolize the burden it is to be so untrusting of others with our deepest secrets that we held so dear. Oftentimes, because we fear the judgment of others and we're afraid to open up and let someone within our walls. Other times, because we've let people in before and they made themselves appear like they could be trusted and it proved otherwise. So we're fearful of what might occur if we make the same mistake with the wrong person once again. Unfortunately, this defense mechanism of building walls is one fallback and cave with grave detriment. And that, my friend, is that walls do not discriminate. Walls do not just keep bad people out to seek to do us harm, they have a nasty habit of keeping all people out. So while our subconscious mind uses it to protect and defend ourselves from those seeking to do us harm, harboring ill intent, they also keep out those who mean us no harm at all, often wanting what's best for us. We push those away from our fortress for the fear that they will bring harm to us, or abandon us in our time of need, thus creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of pain and abandonment. The reflection of the fortress is there to let us know that the burden of carrying walls is one that will impede our journey through life. We must take comfort in our own inner strength that we possess. Been through so much, and we've survived. We can do it once, and do it again if need be. As long as we have the confidence and knowledge that we are survivors, with an uncanny ability to take on the world like no one else ever could. We continue to push the world away, however, keep the world out, so to speak, and we will never have the things we truly want in life. The weight of the fortress we carry on our backs will eventually sink us under its vast, burdensome, hulking mass. We will plummet to the depths of the ocean. We are so desperately treading through to find the land we can call home once and for all. We must let down our walls and have faith in our inner strength. We must have confidence in ourselves, know that we can and we will survive anything that comes our way. Let the reflection of the fortress be a warning and a blessing to a more open and illustrious future. You don't deserve to carry such a weight on your shoulders. The swim, the journey, will be so much easier once you shed the dead weight you've been carried for so long. The secret word is fortress. Remember this word, it will benefit you greatly if you decide to use it. Well, that was pretty spot on. And a good story. Sometimes the mirror reflects something within your soul, and sometimes the mirror reflects the reverse of what resides inside of you. Both factors are of equal value. It's up to you to interpret that value reflects just reality or the reverse of it wanderer. Shows the reality actually mine one. So pay heed and listen to my words, for the mirror never lies. I will free you from the confines of this place once and for all. You're free to do as you please from this point onward. I will wish you the best of luck in your journey forward, wanderer, but it's now time for you to do some reflection of your very own. Fair enough. I knew it. If this got 5 out of 7 deadly sins. I missed 2 deadly sins apparently. God damn it. Not bad. This got 23 out of 23 butterflies, 18 out of 8. This got 7 out of 7 artifacts. This got 8 out of 8 relics. They know there are far more hidden secrets left we don't cover, but this village must end here. Yeah. Advisor, blah blah blah. I know. Yes, Markiplier, blah blah blah. I've been playing your games long before Markiplier, and I could have supported your company as well. In space with Markiplier, premiering April 4th, 2022. Definitely won't be disappointed. Random Studios. Alright. So we finished this game as well. Another... Oh god, all these names. Oh, they made it less. Alright. Fortress is our word. Very accurate. Well, I'll be guys. I really can't talk from all the talking today. Yes, guys, enjoyed this game and the stream. If you have been watching it on stream, and we'll see you all guys in the next streaming episode. Until then, have a great time.